dudes in a Miata.
2 dudes, 1 Miata. Actually, there's 2 Miatas right there, though.
I know. We could be 2 dudes and 2 Miatas. But how would we hold hands?
Oh, man. We'd have to get... Oh, you need a right-hand drive one, and then we can...
Oh, there you go. I'll get a Unos. Doing, Quinn?
We are taking Sarasota Super Sport Performance's
LS3.
I was going to say, it's not their prototype. This is their first...
This is their test. That's what he calls it.
Their test car. Their test car, LS3, swapped Miata out for a road impression here. I mean, it seems like the drivability from here, at least, is fairly easy for you.
Yeah. Oh, it's easy. Clutch is nice and easy.
Not super grabby or anything.
Yeah.
Has a little bit of...
Has some jam.
Different engine notes going on here.
Yeah. Here, we'll just give a little demonstration.
just kind of lights those rear tires up a little bit.
It's spicy, let's call it.
This is probably one of the rowdiest, I shouldn't say probably one of, this is the rowdiest Miata I've ever driven at this point in my life.
Yeah?
Yes, by far.
It's pretty wild. And what's pretty wild is that we're in an ND, the newest generation Miata, and everything works.
Yeah. As Lawrence has noted, that this isn't just an LS3 swapped car.
Yes.
This is essentially its own new, unique car, and I really do believe that just by how this whole package was integrated together. Because you literally have like you said, a new ND Miata.
Yep. That
retains all of its OEM functionality.
Yeah.
Except it's just got a much, much larger and more powerful powertrain.
One of the things I actually didn't know was that the ND Miata has electric power steering, and he has to convert that to hydraulic.
I knew that they were electric in the ND and hydraulic in your car. I didn't know that he put not only a hydraulic rack, but this is a rack from a Corvette that's modified?
Camaro.
I would not have known that this was a rack from a different car unless he told me.
It's just ridiculous.
It is
so low in the RPM.
As soon as you touch the gas, it's just like it up and goes.
I haven't floored it. I don't even think I've floored it yet.
Oh, I floored it. It wheel spins like in second and third all day.
Yeah.
It's a little like you have to know how to drive rear-wheel drive.
Rear-wheel drive and a V8 power band too.
Well, it's just having torque. Like you have to understand that like if you can't just floor this thing. You can't drive it like a stock Miata.
Yeah. It's wild.
It has plenty of power to kill yourself.
Yeah.
But it's still...
It's nimble, though.
It has that Miata drivability, so it's still very forgiving. On track, though, I mean, where I did push it, it was very well composed.
It feels light as hell. It's crazy.
I mean, it's definitely a little bit heavier than a regular Miata, but it's still lightweight in terms of, like, modern car standards, and not to mention you have, like, an unbelievable power-to-weight ratio. Yes. And it's not peaky power. It's just power everywhere.
Torquey. Oh my God. I did cross the double yellow right there. I'm just trying to keep this thing in a straight line.
You can't. It wheel spins in third, and I'm sure like with like we're not on the track right now with like normal tire temps. I wouldn't be surprised if it would spin fourth gear also.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
You really have to be conscious of like steering input versus power and what the rear tires are doing.
Okay, I floored it there. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's just addicting.
I mean, like, if you think about it, at this weight, and this power, and this torque, this is like a 10-second Miata. If you could actually, like, launch it and put power down.
Yeah.
You literally have, like, a 10-second car, like, acceleration.
I feel like I didn't get to really, like, that was like the first proper time I really experienced, like, this thing's power.
Well, I mean, like, you only had a little bit of a track to, like, kind of stretch it out, but yeah, you couldn't get it. You couldn't get it out of third.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Did you just go through that stop sign in third gear?
No.
Yeah, you're in fourth. That's literally how much, like, torque and power this.
No.
Are you in third?
No, I put it in third.
I thought that was third. I'm like, it has so much fucking torque.
No.
Like, not like you know, bashing on you because you rolled the stop sign. Like, I'm just saying, like, because of how much, like, torque there is in every gear.
I wouldn't be surprised if that wouldn't be an issue though. Like, it's absurd. But it's refined too. But you just, like, I don't know. I think you have to turn off you have to change the stock and turn the. Hold on. How do I turn off? Oh, that's open.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Now it's off. Now it's a stock Camaro SS.
I mean, unless you're. Oh, it's much quieter now.
Yeah, it's so quiet, and it's integrated into the wiper stock. Like, how cool is that?
That is pretty cool. I mean, you have to think about the sleeper factor.
Yeah.
That something like this offers.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the exhaust note, which is like a definite giveaway, but like
Camaro, 68 Camaro.
Look at that. But like rolling up next to somebody, like when you're at speed, they're not gonna
know what
they're gonna think this is just a 4-cylinder Miata.
It's just so addicting. I'm in a residential area. I gotta slow down. I'm gonna wait till we leave the houses.
How's the steering and handling feel?
Oh, it's great. It just feels like an ND Miata. I've tracked ND Miatas before. It feels proper. I didn't notice it. I don't notice a difference at all in switching to a hydraulic steering rack.
Coming up to the Toge section here. The downhill.
I'm not gonna go crazy. It's downhill. Like, usually downhill is what you're doing in the low powered cars.
Downhill heroes, baby.
Ooh, heel and toe is easy. Did you say you had some difficulties?
No. My Supra was a little bit, but
that's what it was.
Miata pedal placement is always like spot on.
Yeah, it was perfect. Let's hear it off then. Quinn's getting car sick. It handles the bumps, no problem. Box suspension is great. Oh my god, I love this thing.
It does soak up bumps pretty good.
It's such a sweet street ripper.
It's wild.
Lawrence, thank you for sharing this car with us. This is so cool.
Lawrence has built quite the formula here.
Yep. All right.
So we just switched places, and I get the uphill Toge battle.
I needed the downhill assist, apparently.
All right, we ready? Oh my god.
As ready as I'm gonna be. Into the sun. Oh my god!
Oh shit, it was spinning there.
It's so fast.
Oh my word.
Oh.
Should have wore sunglasses here.
Internet's gonna make fun of me for my face.
Holy shit. It's so wild. Oh my word.
Carroll Shelby had the right formula.
I would say that Lawrence has definitely
improved on that formula?
Tremendously. You can never drive a Cobra
No,
like
you
that
can't.
up a road with bumps like that.
No, there's no way. The compliance of the suspension, like the engineering behind the suspension, is what makes this so great because it's the same formula. It's just safer.
Mazda does wonderful A-arm suspensions, or this one's multi-link rear now, but I mean, yeah, holy crap. You know, it's not often that like I get a little bit scared like that. Like it scares you, but like when you're driving it, you're like it's still communicating. Like, hey, I'm still just a Miata.
Yeah.
And like you know, I'm not here to kill you.
You just have to be more mindful of the throttle.
You definitely have to be mindful of the throttle. If you can control throttle inputs, then like this is a very friendly car to drive. That's wild.
So wild.
Unbelievable.
It's just a riot. It's just one of those things like it makes such a great street car just to see people's faces. Like we saw a few people's faces. They had to like snap their necks when they heard the sound coming from this car.
It definitely grabs attention. Shifter's very stiff and notchy, but like not bad. It just takes a little getting used to.
You have to. Yeah, I'm used to like the effortless Miata. Shifter, like you have to kind of manhandle this thing.
The gates are tight, but like this is I for like any T56, because he said this is a T56 Magnum. This is way better than like any like standard Corvette shifter or I can.
It's got an aftermarket shifter. It's for like an F body or something like that happened to match the right shifter location.
Yeah, once you understand that, like how it wants to be operated, it's very direct and mechanical feeling, which is like a good thing.
Yeah.
For sure. The steering is like comical. It's just like it's so.
I know. You don't expect that from something making this sound.
Yeah.
Dead in about 3 seconds.
Dude, it's so fast, man. It is wicked fast. I mean, this is like one of the fastest like street cars I've ever like driven and like pushed on track or on the street. I mean, this is a wicked fast car, and it's naturally aspirated, which is like, so it's just like a completely different power delivery.
It's a stock engine with an exhaust manifold and a cam.
But it's like the power to weight ratio just makes it like unbelievably quick.
I have no words. I'm going through my brain right now thinking of all the cool cars I've driven in my life. This is one of the coolest.
It's a truly unique experience. Oh man, my heart's racing. Like,
I know. Oh god, here comes one of Quinn's favorite sections now.
I can't go that fast though because of that new divot that's in the road there.
Yeah. We'll go fast enough, I'm sure. Steering with throttle.
I will slow down.
Yep, residents.
That and the bumpies.
Imagine somebody who's outside just in the vicinity now, just
like,
listening to what's happening.
It's like, hey, oh, this actually has a
that's a good horn.
That's a manly horn.
You must have swapped the horn to go with the engine.
Or did Mazda actually stop putting a girly horn in it?
I don't know. I'll have to have my dad try his.
Have you heard the horn in my Supra?
Yes.
Oh, it's pathetic.
Yeah, I know.
It's so pathetic.
We have to ask him if he swapped the horn.
Yeah, this sounds very European now. Yeah, and I mean, like, it covers ground quick, and like, this is a bumpy road. I'm not hustling it, but I'm not also like, I'm not putzing around either. It just travels ground quickly. The road compliance is really good on the suspension package that he's going to be pairing with these.
Yep. And that's the Fox suspension.
That's the Fox shocks.
Miata,
yep. We gave him some inputs on track. So when you get your car and it's a complete blast to drive fast or hoon, and it gives you that good balance in between, you know who to thank for that.
But oh man, what an experience! And just knowing that there's like maybe 10 of these in existence in the country.
Oh yeah, there's not many at all.
Like,
so we just got back from driving the Mad Scientist. Quite a beast of a car, LS3 swapped Miata.
yeah, that thing is like, I mean, I don't know other word. I'm pretty sure I said it in the video like a bunch of times. It's just rowdy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I love that thing on the street.
Oh.
Cause like you could just like everybody snaps their neck because they see a Miata but they hear an LS. It's just such a cool thing to drive around the street. I don't know. That's like my favorite part about it, in all honesty.
I was telling Matt and Lawrence, like, I feel like that's probably one of the fastest sports cars I've ever driven aggressively on track and off track. It is wicked quick for what it is, but it's still usable and controllable. I mean, it's wild, and I like a wild ride, but I don't feel like it's unapproachable.
With the right experience, you could like tame it just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, always hats off to Mazda. They just engineer awesome suspensions, but even like a modern car chassis, it's plenty rigid to handle that sort of powertrain.
It didn't feel like too much for the chassis at all. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Even with 230, I keep reminding myself this only has 235 wide tires on it. You know, it's not; those are not steamroller tires for that much torque, and two wheels driving them.
Yeah. I feel like it's a sweet spot of like traction, power, torque to just be like. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just like
just an awesome street car.
Yeah, like you'll never get tired of that. Like,
oh no, that car is not boring. You'll never get bored of driving that car. And as Lawrence, you said, like your primary focus for the build wasn't for a dedicated track car. You built this primarily as a street car.
Yeah, I wanted just to be the most thrilling street car you can drive, and an ND Miata is already a thrilling car out of the box, and so just like I said, the formula was a Shelby Cobra, but without all the downsides. And there's really no better way to do that than with an ND Miata, in my opinion.
Yeah. And the RF looks so good.
It does. The RF, the fastback part.
Yeah, it just looks
like, and the little duckbill spoiler you've got on that thing. It looks real. The little accents with the side skirts and the little lip and diffuser. It looks really good.
You know, I got it. It's really a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of car, because if you just don't put the foot down, the car drives like a stock, tame Miata.
Yep.
Clutch pedal is very easy to manipulate. I mean, yeah, your gearbox is very stiff, but that's one of the best T56s I've ever felt. The Magnum is definitely a huge improvement over the old like conventional T56s. But I mean, it's just like you're driving this Miata until you put the foot down, and then it just turns into this complete animal. But like not uncontrollable animal, but like when I say animal, my heart was racing. You know, I was like, wow, this is wild. Like, this is a wild car.
Yeah, that was a very interesting ride. Like, even just sitting in the passenger seat. In the passenger seat, it's almost like crazier.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're not in control.
I'm a bad passenger as it is, and I wouldn't want to be with me driving.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. Well, hats off to you, Lawrence. You put together quite an impressive machine.
Sweet, thanks. I appreciate it. And thanks for driving it and
oh, no problem.
putting it through its paces and sharing it with everyone who's going to be checking it out here on YouTube.
I told him when we were in the car, I said, you know, when you guys get this and you see what a approachable, hoonable machine this is, you can thank us because we helped you with the suspension tuning. Right. But anybody who's fortunate enough to be able to own one of these is truly lucky.
Yeah, it's special, for sure.
It's definitely unlike anything else you can go and buy.
Yeah, that's the only reason to do it. I mean, it is. There really isn't. There's nothing else like that. You can't buy that at any price.
God, no. So, all right. Well, that is it for this one, guys. Check out Sarasota Super Sport Performance. There, I said it right.
Yes, you did.
Check out their V8 Miata program. It's truly cool. head on over to slipanglemedia.com. Check out our new web store where we are offering a lot of the tuner parts that we're installing on our own builds. It greatly helps us support the channel and the parts that we stand behind and run in our own vehicles. So that is it for this one. We will see you all in the next one. Good night.